And a very pleasant Monday to everybody. My name is Jewel. This is the Weather Channel of J7409. Thank you so much for clicking play and checking out the weather with me today. If you're into daily weather forecast, any severe weather of any kind, anything coming up, please subscribe, click that bell, and check off all to make sure that you get all of my latest videos as I put them out. Thank you in advance, and let's get on with the weather today. Yesterday was a pretty bumpy day for many from Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, parts of Louisiana, especially Tennessee. They had all kinds of warnings. All these places were in tornado watch areas, but today, calming down. You can see from Texas all the way over through Louisiana, over to Georgia, and a large portion, just about all of the Florida Panhandle here. You have severe thunderstorms that could happen, but none of them look like they're going to have severe downdraft winds or hail in them. As you can see, here's the activity chart from severe weather and the National Weather Service from the Storm Prediction Center. You can see this area I just showed you right in here. This is where most of them are going to be coming through later on as these trail on through up to the northeast and off the coast. But there should not be any tornadoes, any hail, or any downdraft high gusty winds in these storms today. Now, as we look at the storm reports from yesterday, you can see Mississippi and Tennessee were the very hot spots with this activity going on yesterday. Now, when we move it on up, you can see we had 8 wind and hail reports, 9 hail reports, and a total of 17 reports. Some of the winds got up to 65 knots, and that goes up, of course, to a Category 1 hurricane because this is like 71, 72 miles per hour. Some of the hail reports had 2-inch diameter hail in them. You can see we did have a few in Texas, a few in Oklahoma. Tennessee was really the hot spot. You can see there was some cylindrical shaped hail in it, a lot of these storms, and of course we had reports of power lines down. As you can see, power lines were down. A lot of people lost power yesterday, and a lot of trees were down. Some of these trees were blocking highways. So that's an up-to-date look of what happened today. No tornadoes have been reported as of yet with yesterday's severe weather activity. Now, as we take a look at today's high temperatures, this is in Fahrenheit. It was probably 3 or 4 days ago I told you guys it was going to cool up, and both European and GFS maps were showing that right along the coastline we might pick up a little snow. I don't think that's going to happen now. Yay, that's a good thing. It's all because of a surface low pressure looking like it's going to move a little faster than first anticipated. So that's a good thing. But what's going to happen? This surface low pressure, it is going to move eastward, and along the front, when it reaches you, the temperatures are going to start to cool up. And then behind the front, there's going to be very gusty winds and cooler temperatures. So as we can see, as of today, 60s in North Carolina, up in Virginia, 70s in South Carolina. Along here, though, the temperatures will start to fall late this afternoon and into night. Florida's still the hot spot, up in the 80s. Texas over in the 40s and 50s. As you can see, everybody's looking good, with some of the coldest areas being up around parts of Wisconsin, Minnesota, moving over into Michigan, and of course over in Idaho. What does tonight's temperatures look like? Well, I've been used to not having to run to heat. Well, that's going to be over tonight because we're going to be down probably in the 30s, maybe the lower 40s, but I'm thinking more or less like in these areas here all the way down through South Carolina. We should hit maybe 40, 41. Everybody else probably going to be in the 30s. And up in the Virginia area, you're going to have 25, 29. It's going to get cold and chilly again. Up in southern New Jersey, maybe 26. Northern New Jersey, 22. As you move on up to Maine, some of you guys are going to be 5 and 10 degrees. It's going to start to get much, much cooler across the U.S. Now, by tomorrow, this front should be passed through for the most part, hanging around in just a few areas. But you can see how the daytime highs are going to drop. We're going to be in the 50s along the coastline of NC, mid-50s in the Piedmont. Same goes for South Carolina. Warm spot again, Florida. Tennessee, western Tennessee, you'll probably hit 50 degrees. It won't be like it has been for the past several days. Everybody's got spring fever and we got bit by the bug. But it's going to cool up again to more normal temperatures for this time of the year. As we look at my future radar for today, this goes through around midnight Tuesday, or you can say midnight tonight, early Tuesday morning. What's going to happen is today we still do have that chance, as you're going to see, as it moves through, we have a chance of some light snow and these gusty winds around the Great Lakes to the northeast. Now, this, as it pushes through, you can see this snow should be light. It should be light snow. However, there might be a swath or two. Maybe you get 3 or 4 inches. But it should move on off to the northeast with mostly everybody having mostly light snow. So far as everybody else in the U.S., with the exception of what I've showed you and told you here, we got these rain chances going on as this low pressure does move over to the Pacific Northwest. You're going to see some light precipitation that is going to start to move in the Northwest Pacific area, especially up in Canada. Some light rain should be happening, and it will progress as the days go on. Other than that, everybody else is looking dry, and that's a wrap-up of your weather today. So be aware of your skies, hoping everybody has fair skies and good weather, and a lot of you are going to. So have a good day, a blessed day, a safe day. Thank you so much for watching, sharing with your family, your friends, and on your social media. It helps me keep people safe, folks. Much peace, love, and kindness to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching.